Hey guys, it's Chris Rhodes and welcome back to Cooking with Chris. In today's episode, I'm gonna show you guys how I make my breakfast quesadilla. The ingredients you'll need for this recipe are eggs, sour cream, spinach, tortilla shells, green peppers, onions, and shredded cheese. All right, first things first, hand washing. I usually wash my hands for about 20 seconds. Then you're gonna go ahead and grab your cutting board and a big knife because it's time to slice and dice some onions and green peppers. I'm no expert at cutting onions, but I recommend cutting off the sides first, followed by cutting the onion in half and then cutting the halves into small chunks for the quesadilla. Repeat the same process for the green peppers. Don't forget to carve out the seeds. After slicing everything, I dumped it into a container for later. Next, you're gonna grab a big pan and some Pam and spray it on there. Now it's time to crack some eggs. I cracked 4 eggs because I'm making 4 quesadillas. For this recipe, the portions are 1 egg per quesadilla. After cracking all the eggs, mix them together. Then, sprinkle some spinach onto the pan. I recommend tearing up the spinach with your hands so the pieces are smaller. Next, you're gonna grab that container of onions and green peppers and add those to the mix as well. All right, so after you added the spinach, onions, and green peppers, you wanna continue to mix everything together in the pan on low heat. Once everything's mixed together, that's when I usually add the shredded cheese. Now, turn up the heat on the stove and mix the cheese with the vegetables and eggs until everything is melted together perfectly. Once the egg and cheese and everything starts to mix together and it becomes this sort of solid piece, I turn the heat down to low so that it doesn't burn. And then I grab the tortilla shells and I start making the quesadillas. I grab a tortilla shell and I lay it down on a plate, and then I scoop out a little bit of the egg and cheese mix. Then I fold it over, and then repeat that process for as many quesadillas as you plan to make. Now that you have all the quesadillas made, place the quesadillas onto the pan. And then you just let them sit there until they're golden brown, and then you'll flip them. All right, guys, so I'm back with the final product. For the last step, I like to add some sour cream on top of my quesadillas. You don't have to do this step, but this is just what I like to do because I love sour cream. And this is what the final product looks like. Let's give it a taste. And I hope you enjoyed this segment, and I'll see you next time with Cooking with Chris.